dear friend, Mr. Edward Barrera.
All right, give it up for Richard. He did an awesome job. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Did you see the passion? Did you feel the passion from Nicole and from Richard? Yeah. See, that's something that it's not taught, it's caught. You see the vision, you see through their eyes that they're not just trying to sell hype. They really believe in the products. Guys, I joined this company because we were drowning in debt. And something happens when you have a lot of debt. It humbles you. And so the only way I could go is to my knees, and I started praying. And then all of a sudden my sister gives me a call, and I almost missed that call because for 3 months I told her that I was too busy. A lot of us say that, a lot. And so for 3 months she pursued me and trying to tell, just give me 45 minutes, give me 45 minutes, and all I kept on saying was I'm too busy. For 3 months. Now, I'm not saying she called me once every month, I'm saying every day she called me for 3 months. She wore me down, right? Really wore me down, so I'm like, I don't think she's ever gonna stop. And so finally we get to see it, and it was on a Sunday night, and I forgot to tell my wife, so if you know anything about wives and the house is a mess and you invite somebody over, that's not a good thing. So I started off on the wrong foot. I was not even home when he was there. I forgot about the appointment. So she said, there's a guy at our house trying to show us something. And I'm like, what guy? She goes, put him on the phone. I'm like, oh, my sister's trainer. And I said, I'll be home in a minute. So she was like, we're going to have a talk when you get home. And everybody knows what that means, right? And but guys, we saw it, and it's changed our life. You know, I keep on thinking about how close I was to miss an opportunity. And I read a book that says that everyone in life, they go through 1 or 2 opportunities that come their way that will not only impact their lives, but will impact other people's life for generations and generations to come. You heard that from Richard Turk, right? And so when I saw it, this was my second time seeing Primerica, and so I was afraid, because I said, hey, this is probably my second opportunity. After that, there's none. I need to jump on this bandwagon really quick. And guys, now we're expanding. We're opening up a bigger office. We're expanding to New Braunfels. We're expanding to Bolverdi. We're expanding to Houston now with Brenda also. We got McAllen. We got a gentleman that is going to be his brother, Renee, in licensing and promotions. He's on we got that video, what is that thing called? Video
Zoom.
stream or
Zoom.
And so, welcome McAllen. We're doing some great things. Guys, we are looking for people that are predisposed for success. That's what we're looking for. And it's amazing that we've been attracting people like that every single day. It's been a really good year for our office. We're called the Bravehearts. Anybody watch that movie? It's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And they fight for freedom. It's the little man going after the big man, and there was no shot that they would have a chance to get their freedom, their land back, right? But the thing is that Art Williams, which is the founder of the company, says that there's no test out there that can measure the heart of a man or a woman.
Right.
And so these guys believed it so much that they were going to be free that they fought to the death, and a lot of people lost their life, but they were free. And so when I saw the movie, I've seen it, oh my God, 20 times, and I still cry. Right? It's too long, but I said, okay, I'm going to watch. And once it comes on, I'm like stuck to it. But I watched that because we fight for that. We don't know that, but God put something inside of us that we're supposed to be bigger than just paying our bills.
Yes.
Right? Helping ourselves have a nice life, and I think that's where we were at 14 years ago. We had a nice house, we had okay cars and stuff like that. We lived okay life, but we never impacted other people's life like we really wanted to impact people's life. My mom was 2 jobs. I'm talking too much on this time, but my mom had 2 jobs, and my mom was a giver. So she would take care of us at her home, right, to work 2 jobs. She would feed her neighbors because she knew how to cook in bulk. So she would say, hey, go to Doña Maria's house to give her food, and go to this person because they don't eat all the time. And so we would feed the neighbors. That's my mom, not me, but I would deliver the food, but my mom would do that. And then she would still send money home to her parents in Mexico. That's a champ. My mom's a champ. And so I saw that growing up, and for us not to do nothing about what God has blessed us, I think that's not a good thing. So we have an opportunity to make the next generation better than this generation. Guys, we got young people that are working with our company right now that are on fire. I always hear that people say, the next generation, I'm so scared. I'm not scared about the next generation. I'm excited about the next generation because we got people that are standing up. Guys, we have people that are working with us. They're not the young generation, but they come from work and they're dog tired. There's some of you guys right here, but they're willing to fight for freedom. I saw this thing. I'll go fast through this. I want to capture your heart because today is very different. But I read this article. Actually, not read an article. I saw a video through American Geographics, right? And you can Google it. I just found it. And just put how do they catch spider monkeys, right? I don't know what spider has to do with a monkey, right? But anyway, all these villagers do is they got this mound, right? It's a mound, and what they do is they put these holes in there, just enough for the monkey put there in there, and they have a banana there, and the monkeys can smell it somehow, and you see them coming down the tree. It's in Google, right? Which is pretty amazing. And what they do is these monkeys go in there and they put their hand to get that banana, and then once they grip it, they can't pull it out because the banana holds it together. And I'm telling you, the villagers are walking with a little net, and they're walking to it, and the monkey is for his life doing it. And guess what I'm saying? Let go of the banana, right? Let go and you're free. And they won't let go, and they'll put a net over them, and that's how they catch these monkeys so easy. All right, now why am I saying this here in a financial class? Right, what does it have to do with anything, right? We got bananas in the back or something, right? All I'm telling you is this, is that 14 years ago, I saw this as a client and I was blessed, but the guy got me to take a leap of faith and says, you need to come work with me. We're changing people's lives. And so I did not want to leave my job that I was so used to paying me the income that it was paying me, because I wanted to be free, but I didn't want to let go of that income. And I've always heard everybody wants to go, and it pays bananas, right? And it pays bananas. It was just paying enough. It was just paying enough just to pay my bills. That's all it did, right? And I didn't want to live the rest of my life like that. And my brother died when he was 31 and I was 30, but my brother had no regrets. He did everything he wanted to do, my brother. And I lived a life in fear. I never took chances. I was afraid to fail, all these different things. And I just wanted to do something so bad. But I always use these excuses that, well, I didn't grow up with my dad and my mom was never home. That was my scapegoat to quit on everything in life. My dad split when I was young, and my mom was never home. She was always working, so it's just me. That was all the excuses I ever made. And then something happened to me amazing when I was 21, that my Father from heaven came and says, hey, you're supposed to be great. So whatever was planted when I was little manifested when I was 20. I didn't see the results until I was 32 when I saw Primerica like you're seeing it right now. And my life has been changed forever. Yeah, guys, I'm going to say this testimony from Brother Eric. I might not say it because I'm going to get emotional. No, I'm not going to say it. Okay, so let's go. I feel like I'm making a cry already, right? All right, let's go. All right, what do people want? All right, look, when we talk about freedom, we're talking about freedom. Say freedom. Freedom. We're talking about a better quality of life. And guys, what makes up a better quality of life? Time and money. That's it. Every single one of us in this room is looking for time and they're looking for money.
Yeah.
Guys, we all say it differently, but it's exactly what we're looking for. So, for most people, these are just wishes. Guys, let's think about this. Man, we used to dream so much, right? When we were in high school, we had locker rooms, we had our Hummers, we had our dream house, we had our supermodels that we were going to marry and all that stuff, right? Beyonce's and all those people that we wanted to, hook up with. And then we had all these dreams, and something happened. Life just kicked us right in the chin, and we stopped dreaming. And we just said, let's just be realistic. It ain't going to happen. And we stopped dreaming. And not only did they stop dreaming, some of our family members become dream stealers, right? It just drives me crazy when a young person talks to an older person about taking a chance, and the other older person tells them, don't take that chance. And then I asked them, did they give you another solution? No. What are you doing? You're going to end up just like the broke uncle that you have. Don't take advice from broke people, because you're going to be broke. My mom used to say, if you hang around with dogs, you're going to get fleas, right? So if you don't want fleas, what? Don't hang around with dogs, right? So I'm just telling you, we take so much advice from people that are broke all our life, and they never amount to it. I love them, but I'm not going to take advice from them. That's just the bottom line.
That's right.
Look at this, guys. What about living in your dream home. I didn't say mansion, I said your dream home, right? We all have it. A second home, traveling, toys, education for your children. Imagine paying cash for your children's education, right? Wherever they want. Charitable organizations, charitable contributions to your favorite causes. Your church, ministries out there that need our money and they need our time. The problem is that they're going after that all the time. They're looking for that. But imagine being able to do that or building a legacy for your family, right? Being able, Richard, nailed it when he talked about your picture being in front of that mantle. And everyone's going to know your story. And see, that's what we want. We want our name to be carried on from generation to generation. Every one of us wants that. We don't want our name to die and say, Eddie, he was a good guy. I never wanted to die saying that, hey, what do you think about Eddie? Oh man, he's a good guy. I don't want to die that person. I want my kids to say, oh my God, we saw our dad take chances, take everything just so that we can have a better life. And look at where we're at right now. He was a calculated risk taker. He wasn't afraid of the no's. He wasn't afraid to go where everyone else was telling him not to go. See, that's what I want to be remembered by. It's a legacy. So wouldn't you want this to be a reality? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So what happens? Oh, life kicks us down and then we start going against our goals and dreams. Who wants to live in a big house? Who's going to clean it? Right? Oh my God, a Hummer. It's a V8. Look at all the smog. It's polluting the environment. And then your broke junker is worse than the Hummer, right? It's making more pollution than the Hummer is, right? And we justify everything, right? Who wants to go to Harvard? SAC's the same thing. Give 2 years to SAC, and then after that you transfer. Don't we all hear that? We always hear all those excuses. Well, guys, there's a book I'm going to recommend. It's called The Cash Flow Quadrant. Raise your hand if you've listened to it or you've read it. Okay? It's free now. You can go online and listen to it for free. Guys, this book changed my life because here's the deal. I was holding on to that banana and I needed someone to give me a clear, concise thing of why I needed to let go. Because I was afraid, like some of you are afraid. And so here's what he said. There's 4 ways that you can make money. Number 1, you can be an employee. You have a job. What does job stand for?
Just broke.
Right. The journey of the broke. Jump over backwards for your boss. All these different things, right? But the problem is a job, you're getting paid on a position, not on what you do. You're getting penalized for as good as you are. They're paying you on a position. That's what it bottles down to. Yep. So if you work twice as hard, they're going to pay you twice as much. They're not going to pay you twice as much. So the problem with a lot of people, it takes all the ambition and the drive because it doesn't matter how hard you work, the person right next to you is doing worse than you. And how much are they making? The same amount of money, right? And you're carrying somebody else's load and you're still making the same. That's an employee. And here's the problem. Remember we talked about quality of life. You will never have control of time and money. Guys, that is hurting you right now. What I just said is beating you down against the grain. Because Richard said, when we grew up, our mom says, go to school, get good grades, get a good education so we can get a good what? Job. And how has that worked out for us lately? It's not working. See, that what they're saying about the millennial generation is they're all entrepreneurs now because they've seen their parents go from job to job to job to job. So they're not even trusting jobs. See, our generation, we're like, I think there's still a shot that I'm going to be able to spend 30 years in my job. And the millennials are saying, Dad, you just went through 3. Get real. It ain't going to happen, right? We're still optimistic, but the younger generation is saying that's not going to happen in a job anymore. Guys, who's known somebody that's got fired or laid off? Yeah. Isn't that the worst thing? Yeah. Right? You give the best years of your life to a company. You do everything above and beyond, and then they let you go like nothing. Right? And the way I see it, it's like a battery in a vehicle. It gives the best years of its life to that vehicle. And then when it's gone, what do they do with that battery?
Replace it.
They replace it for something else. Guys, that's a job. And until you get used to that, hey, my job is not trying to help me, it's trying to help them using me, you'll never get what I'm saying. You'll always think that my job's supposed to take care of me. Where does it say that anywhere? That someone else is supposed to take care of you. It doesn't say that. But we were programmed to do that, and the problem with is you'll never have time and money. Now, you can be self-employed. dentists, doctors, lawyers, hairstylists, real estate agents, salespeople. The good news is the harder you work, the more money you make. Guys,